Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Sparrow Awards. Thank you all for being here. We're in this beautiful house by Micro Bear. Where are you? Oh, he's still giving tours. I mean, whenever you're ready, it's fine. But thank you for hosting this event this evening. Everyone's here who's here tonight is here because you're a special part of our Heart Seen Art family. And those of you at home listening that couldn't be here with us, thank you for joining us online. And we have this event. We started this event last year as a way to honor people that do really special things for us throughout the year. And we'll be going through a list of some amazing people tonight that you'll get to know. But first, I want to give you a quick update. Who here was at the gala or watched our gala earlier this year? Okay, a few of you. All right, so we have some updates. So pre-COVID, we were serving the 8th floor oncology only in that one unit. It's technically 3 units, but one floor. And as of this end of this year, we will be serving in 7 hospitals, serving throughout the hospital. That's a massive growth for us, and it's only possible because of people here in this room, people that are watching, people that we're honoring tonight. So I would like to just please give yourselves a hand because that's pretty incredible. And just so you know, kind of some of who these places. So Methodist Hospital, University Hospital, Methodist Texan, Methodist Stone Oak, Methodist Northeast, Methodist Rehab Hospital, Methodist Metro, and we're also starting a partnership with the VA, which we're very excited about. We all know that high levels of loneliness and depression and anxiety can be deadly for patients when they're experiencing life-altering health challenges. But when our artists and musicians and writers walk into a patient's room, they create moments of joy, self-expression, and connection so that people don't feel as alone. When our musicians play on the hospital units, the stress level for the whole unit decreases for the staff. Their patients are happier, and that makes them easier to care for, right, Kat? Most of our patients are great, but sometimes they get a little bit grumpy. Totally warranted. And when our artists hop on a Zoom session with someone miles away, they reach into their isolation and pull them back toward joy. You in this room are those, and those we're honoring tonight, make this possible. But first, I want to share a little bit about why the Sparrow. Why is Sparrow Awards? Sparrow is actually a really significant symbol in our organization because it's part of our origin story. So when this was 7 years ago now, I suppose, it was just me in the hospital going room to room and playing music for patients. And during that time, I met this amazing young woman named Gracie. And she was one of our young adult patients. And she had recently been diagnosed with cancer. And when I went in her room, she was sitting on her bed and she was just like huddled in a ball, really flat affect, like just she was kind of in her own space. And I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, would you like to hear some music today?" And she's like, "No, I'm not really an artsy person. I don't even really like listen to music much." I was like, "That's fine. Like, I'll come back, and if you want it a different day, you can." But before I left, she stopped me and she's like, "Well, actually, if you know a Christian song, I feel like I could really benefit from hearing that right now." And so I sang, "His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me." And as I sang through each verse in the song, I watched the tension little bit by little bit leave her body. And then the tears gently fall from her eyes. And when I finished, she looked up and just said, "Thank you." And I actually got to work with Gracie a lot because she lived with us in the hospital for 4 to 6 months. For She couldn't go home, and her family lived far away, and they couldn't come and see her very often because they had to keep working so they could have insurance to pay for her treatment. And so she was really lonely, but her favorite day, she said, was Wednesdays, because I would come and sing for her, and we would have group for our young adults, and we would sing and tell stories, and we had a great time. And we were really excited for her. She finally went into remission and she got to go home. We were super excited. But unfortunately, a couple months later, her cancer was back and she was back on our unit. And as soon as I found out, I ran to her room expecting devastation. This is like the worst nightmare for a cancer survivor. Except this time, I found her sitting on her bed, smiling. And I was like, "Hey, Gracie." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Stancy, I'm so glad you're here. I want to show you something." And she pulled me over to her bed and she rolled up her sleeve. And there on her arm was a brand new tattoo that she had designed herself of a sparrow. And she said, "I'll never forget that first song you sang for me. And I know now that no matter what happens, he is watching over me." Unfortunately, we weren't able to get her back into remission. But before she went home on hospice, she called me into her room again. She grabbed my face and she said, she had some colorful language that I will admit right now, but because we're live streaming, but she said, "Keep kicking at cancer's butt." She used a different word, but she said, "We need more art and music. We need more reasons to get out of our rooms, out of our isolation. We need to remember the reasons why we are alive as much as we need the things that are keeping us alive." And she made it very clear to me that while she was very happy that I was there one day a week, that simply was not enough. And that she wanted visual arts, and she wanted me to bring in all kinds of different things. And I was like, "I don't know how to do those things, Gracie." And she's like, "Well, you're going to need to figure it out." It's like, okay. And so a little while later, I founded Hearts Need Art, and we hired our first visual artist the next month, and it's gone on from there. Now, because of that one woman and that simple gesture, someone who wasn't artistic and didn't really like to listen to music, is a reason that hundreds and hundreds of patients have access now. So that's Gracie's story. And it's why we honor people with the Sparrow Awards, people who use their little piece of the world. Sparrows are these common, ordinary, simple birds, and we all can make an impact with simple, ordinary acts of kindness. We can change the world, and we can change people's worlds. So the awards. I didn't warn you. You should have brought tissues. I'm very sorry. So the awards, some of our awardees are here tonight, and some of the awardees are at home watching. We lost several people to illness last minute, which is it's kind of the season. And then we have some people that actually don't even live in San Antonio. So hello to all of you. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Are you guys ready? Yes. Sparrow Awards. Our first organization actually we'd like to honor today is the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. And they are based in New York City, so they could not be here today. But we've formed this partnership over the last year, and we've so enjoyed this partnership. They're an organization where their mission really is to provide support services and education to individuals, families, and caregivers affected by Alzheimer's disease and related dementias nationwide, and fund research. But they have this whole program where they provide therapeutic services, and they collect therapeutic services and try to make them available online to people around the nation. And so we saw this online one day, and we reached out to them. We're like, hey, like, do you guys need content? Because we have all these artists. And they're like, yes. And so now we're doing monthly videos with them. Richard gets to film and edit each one of them every month. So our main partner there has been Jackie Gatto, and she sent us a video. So I'll let you guys listen to that right now.
Hello. To introduce myself, my name is Jackie Gatto, and I'm the manager of therapeutic programming for the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. It's my honor to accept the Partner of the Year Sparrow Award from Hearts Need Art. Thank you all so much for choosing me to be your Partner of the Year. So I found out about Hearts Need Art when they reached out to me inquiring about our virtual community class programs. So here at AFA, we provide therapeutic programs to individuals diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and other cognitive impairment diagnoses. So when they reached out to me, I was very excited to partner up with them because they offer music and creative arts and even literary arts programs. And that's exactly what I wanted to implement into our therapeutic programming. So for us here at AFA, it is very important for us to offer the arts to our community. It enriches their lives, it opens up new doors, and it's never too late to learn something new and to maybe tap into that creative side. So we find it extremely important to continue to bring the arts to our community members. And lastly, to just express my gratitude. Thank you all so much for having me as your Partner of the Year. It's truly an honor, and it just really fills me with joy and makes me feel really valued. So thank you all so much for having me, and I really look forward to continuing our partnership with Hearts Need Art. So thank you all so much.
Yes, clap. So Jackie, we will be sending you your Sparrow Award in the mail here soon. Congratulations. Our next award is for Arts and Health Advocate of the Year. And this goes to someone each year that is making a significant impact to advance the field of arts and health that we get to partner with in some way. And this year's honoree is Alexander, well, I call him Alex Papanastasio. He is a neurosurgeon and professor at UT Health. And he also teaches a course called Patient Notes, where he teaches medical students, and they explore the role that music and the arts play in health. And it's kind of part art appreciation, part arts and health education course that's educating these up and coming medical students that will eventually impact hundreds of patients that they work with in the future. So he really kind of pioneered this class several years ago, and he's brought me in to speak each year and share about the work that we do. And so we're really excited to honor Alex with our AIH Partner of the Year Award, which Ashley will find. Excellent. Congratulations, Alex. We'll get this to you as well. our next honoree really resisted this and did not want us to give him this award, but we twisted an arm and like we said, no, you're getting this award. So our Promoter of the Year award goes to a person who has taken ownership of the mission and is doing everything they can to promote and get the message out. And this year we're honoring our very own Director of Storytelling, Richard Wilmore. Are you taking the picture, Izzy, of them receiving? Okay.
I was fielding. She goes, turn her mic up. We can't hear her back there.
Oh.
It's not on. This is for Facebook. Sorry, nobody in the room actually gets to hear her.
Come.
Where am I going? Don't trip.
I know. There's a lot.
So it'll only take 10 minutes. So 4 hours. It's like the Oscars.
Okay. So Richard, he does all kinds of things that in addition to what we do. But one of the things that he does is he hosts his own talk show that's on KP Media TV. And he is constantly talking about Hearts Need Art on his own show, promoting the podcast that we do, and just generally, I feel like everywhere you go, you talk about. Yeah. So this very deservedly goes to Richard Wilmer.
Oh, stop. Wait, let me see it. Oh, they're heavy. Oh, we're taking pictures now. We're taking pictures.
Hold on. Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
We're here.
I'm supposed to hold your hand? I don't know what's happening. So this is why we have rehearsals for the gala. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I think the first award I ever won was in like 4th grade for jump rope for heart. Does anybody remember that? And I like worked my butt off to like get all the awards, and I got that little plastic award. And this is my second award. So every 30 years I get an award, apparently. I'm very lucky that I get to do what I love every day of my life. And Hearts Need Art came into my life at a time that was awful and saved my life. And I had no idea what arts and health was until I realized that the arts were benefiting my health and saving my life. So that's it. I'm going to go back to my podium now. And I get to work. Goodbye.
Medical professionals are burning out at an alarming rate. Burnout can cause health workers to feel hopeless, trapped, helpless, worthless, depressed, sleepless, and tired. By joining the Hearts Need Art Gratitude Grams program, medical staff receive a personalized email and video from a musician, an artist, or writer once a week that includes a message of thanks, an encouraging song, uplifting poem, or a simple art activity. After watching their gratitude gram, participants report feeling more hopeful, empowered, energized, and appreciated. If you are or know a healthcare worker that would like to receive free gratitude grams, please visit heartsneedart.org.
Hi, Wendy of The Right Fit. Let's talk about hair today. And if you find that you get a little bored with your hairstyle, you would be amazed how something as simple as getting an inch or two cut off the length, adding some long layers, changing up the color with some highlights or lowlights, anything that simple can make you feel like a brand new person and give you a big old self-esteem boost. So talk to your hairstylist. They are the expert and they can help you come up with a great plan for a simple refresh. Thanks for listening and watching, everyone. You can reach me at wendy@therightfit.net or go to therightfit.net.
Wouldn't it be great if your business could have a commercial on TV? Now it can. Secure your Season 5 sponsorship by visiting richardwilmore.com. Advertise on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV by sponsoring The Richard Wilmore Show. Become a sponsor today. Go to richardwilmore.com now.
Our next award is similar but a little bit different. This award we call the Fan of the Year Award, and this goes to someone. We kind of scour our social media and see who's engaging, who's sharing, who's liking, who's reposting, all that kind of stuff. And then whoever that top person is, we give this award to. And this year, it's Cover Stories Podcast. So we were on, yes, me and Marisa were guests on their podcast earlier this year, and they were so excited about what we were doing and they wanted to get involved and they like, what can we do? And we're like, share our stuff. They're like, okay. And so they do, and they're constantly sharing and posting. And we're just so appreciative to Cover Stories Podcast, to Zach and Eric. And I think Eric has a message for us. Yes.
Hi, my name is Eric. I am the host of Cover Stories. And on behalf of everyone from our podcast, I would like to say thank you so very, very much for the consideration for this award. We truly appreciate it. When we started this podcast, we were wanting to talk to people about why they like the music they like, what it means to them, and what it means to their life. We were connected to Hearts Need Art through Richard Wilmore, and we're just blown away that an organization like this existed. We were fortunate to have both Constanza and Marisa on to perform a couple songs, as well as talk about their passion for music, as well as the foundation itself. We're ecstatic that we're able to support an organization like this that not only enriches people with the power of art, but also stresses how helpful and meaningful it can be to someone's life. Thank you all again so very, very much. We truly appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing what Hearts Need Art accomplishes next.
So this beautiful award goes to Cover Stories Podcast. Thank you, guys. Our next award goes to the Podcast Guest of the Year Award. This is our first year having this award because if you didn't know, we started a podcast. Does everyone subscribe? Get out your phones now. Go to Spotify. It's called Arts for the Health of It. It's very wonderful. We love doing it. We get to talk to all kinds of amazing people. And I get to geek out about arts and health science. So fun. But one of the cool things is I get to talk to some of my heroes in this field. And one of those people is this woman on the screen right here, Kathy Malchiori. She also does not live in San Antonio. But she's literally wrote the book on expressive arts therapy and is one of the prominent voices in the field right now. And she's been on our podcast twice. After the first one, she's like, hey, I want to come back and I want to bring my friend. I think he would be good for your podcast. And we're like, awesome. And to this day, her podcasts are our top listened to and watched podcasts. So Kathy Malchiori, thank you so much for being our podcast guest of the year. You'll be getting it in the mail soon. Our next award goes to someone that we lost to, that wasn't able to come due to illness last minute, but it's Dr. Allison Grimes. I love this picture of her. Dr. Grimes is a pediatric oncologist she's a UT Health doctor and works at University Hospital. And she has pioneered AYA or adolescent and young adult oncology services at University Hospital. She is the co-founder of the AYA oncology unit at University Hospital, helped secure the funding, helped develop programming for it. And she has been a huge asset to our community, but she also firmly believes in the healing power of the arts. And so we made a connection. I don't even remember, Allison, you'd have to remind me later, about how we met, but we ended up going to coffee together and we just were jiving. And then all of a sudden we were building a program for the unit. And we finally were able to launch that program earlier this year. And now because of her, hundreds of patients a year are able to access the arts, which I think is amazing just because of this one woman. And we're also doing a research project. Eric's been along this. It was planned before COVID and then anyway, but it is happening in 2022. So big thank you to Dr. Allison Grimes, our Doctor of the Year. Oh, it was Jenna. Of course it was Jenna. Love you, Jenna. Our next honoree is the Volunteer of the Award and Volunteer of the Year award, and this goes to someone or a group of someones who've gone above and beyond to give of their time to do whatever it takes to support us. And this year, there's so many amazing groups that, anyway, this year we're honoring Jocelyn Sturgis and the Maple Brooks Benefits and Consulting staff. I think we actually made their connection through Cindy, and then Jocelyn lit up about what we were doing, and she's like, "How can I help?" And we're like, "Well, we need like 100 Christmas cards written and signed. Would you like to do that?" And she's like, "Yes, I'll get all the girls involved at work." And they did it, and I think it was more than 100. And they've done it multiple times. So you may have gotten a letter from their team, but they are always willing to do any kind of menial task that we throw at them that's not super glamorous. It's behind the scenes. No one sees it, but it makes a big impact. It helps magnify the time that our staff has so that we can work on other things, and it helps alleviate our time and that burden. So this year's Volunteer of the Year award goes to the Maple Brooks Benefits and Consulting staff. So thank you, guys. This next award is for the Nurse of the Year. And this award goes to this award goes to a nurse that has played a significant role in advocating for the arts to her patients and to her colleagues. And this is a person that we're honoring tonight that has been around since the very beginning of Hearts Need Art and has seen us from me pushing a keyboard in people's room, maybe even before I had a keyboard, when I was just singing a cappella. That was the thing that happened. But she's always been an advocate, and she's educated new nurses as they come on, and you've risen through the ranks, and now you're nurse manager, all the things. So this year's Nurse of the Year award goes to Kat Mendez. Come on up. We'll take a picture in a second.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am truly honored to receive this award this year. I have been a nurse now for 6.5 years. My entire nursing career has been spent on the adult oncology units at Methodist Hospital. It's truly a calling that's near and dear to my heart. So for those of y'all that don't know, I did lose my father to leukemia. So I was going to try to get through this without crying. That's why I walked away. Bye. No, just kidding. So I truly love what I do, and it means so much to me. So I'm back to Stanzi. So like Sandy said, I've been there almost, I think, as long as she has. So just the joy that our patients get from whatever amount of time they can spend from volunteers, whether it's music, art, whatever, it truly can take them out of that space that they're feeling. We have a patient who's like in chronic pain all day, and then they get that few minutes of just relief, that distraction. It really, really, truly helps, and it touches them. So thank you for this. It's much appreciated. And I will continue to advocate for arts and health. Thank you.
This next award goes to the Patient Advocate of the Year. And this award goes to someone that is really using their position to advocate for access to services and is like the direct line to that. So this woman that we're honoring today, we absolutely love. We've worked with her for over a year now, but we met her during COVID when, everything had to go virtual. Our Patient Advocate of the Year award goes to Lindsay Richards at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. She runs the AYA program there. Yeah, Kat is impressed. It is. Yeah. And Lindsay helped us get in so that we could help support her AYAs that were dealing with a lot of isolation during COVID. So I'm going to let her talk about it. Roll the film.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lindsay Richards, and I am the Young Adult Program Coordinator at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I first want to thank Hearts Need Art for this amazing opportunity and for highlighting me as the Patient Advocate of the Year. Means a lot to be thought of. I was actually very surprised when I heard from Richard, but nonetheless would love to thank you all for this opportunity. First started working with Hearts Need Art at the height of the pandemic, where similar to, I'm sure a few of you, we were struggling to try to figure out exactly how to make our physical program virtual. So when I saw Hearts Need Art come across my desk, I think it was sent by Teen Cancer America. When I saw it come across my desk, I thought this is a perfect opportunity to re-engage our patients. A lot of patients were dealing with isolation and the change that the pandemic presented. So it was an amazing opportunity to again, re-engage and show them that we are here for you. So Hearts Need Art provided that outlet, and they swooped in and saved the day. So I am forever grateful for our partnership and everything that they have done for not just our patients, but our program. It means a lot. And as we continue to work together, I look forward to those patients that we will continue to touch and watching both programs flourish. So again, I just want to thank you all for this amazing opportunity, and I hope everyone stays safe and has a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. We'll be sending your award. It's been a really fun partnership getting to provide arts activities virtually for some of these support groups around the nation. She's just one of the programs that we work with where people are really isolated and the only way they connect is virtual, but then there's Zoom fatigue is real. And so we're stopping to engage and just staying in their isolation, but bringing in a fun activity or something different or novel helps keep people engaged in these communities, even if they're only online. So Lindsay is one of our several partners that helps us get those services to their patients. So thank you, Lindsay. Our next award, we call our Founders Award. And this goes to people or organizations that have a foundational impact on Hearts Need Art over many years. And this group is extremely well deserving because they've been our partners from the very beginning and have offered opportunities that we wouldn't have had elsewhere, that have advocated for us in the Methodist system. And that's the very special PR team at Methodist. So Pal Ariano, and then we have Sherry coming, who's receiving the award on behalf of the team tonight. So come on up, Sherry.
First of all, how dare you put water in my eyes? This has been very touching. I'd also like to say it's great to have good intentions and want good things for people, but to put it into action is something entirely different. So I would like to recognize Stanzi because you're very motivational for the rest of us that watch people like you put things into action. So this is all possible because of your heart of servitude. So throughout my life, I've let a lot of people down because I can't math very well. And I find myself having to explain, look, I was an art major. So I've been if you're an art person, you've done the same thing. But I'm a lifelong art lover. And I have a personal affinity and appreciation for the arts. For the last 5.5 years, I've had I've been an art lover of heart working in a clinical setting. And I didn't really see the clinical healthcare industry intersecting with my art world. But about 5 years ago, I met Stanzi, I think, in Methodist Hospital. If I remember correctly, you were dressed as a Mary Kay salesperson in a pink suit. Oh, wait, whatever. But whatever. That's, if you say so. But I was able to watch her bring the arts to our most vulnerable and weary patients. So I'm sure you probably know it's very moving to watch that perspective change so quickly. So in that moment, when they're connected with the arts, they are an artist. They're a singer. They're a budding writer, a novelist, or they're just a captive audience member of singing. And I think to remind them that that's part of who they are, that they are more than just being a patient, is absolutely critical to their healing. And connecting to the arts isn't just about the physical healing for patients, but it's also part of the emotional healing for staff. Our doctors and nurses have been running a marathon at a sprinter's pace, and we keep moving the finish line over and over again over the last 2 years. And the emotional fatigue is overwhelming. And because of that, partially because of that, Methodist Healthcare has donated $25,000 to Hearts Need Art so that the artists can help mend the minds and lift the spirits of our healthcare workers in these very trying times. So I think the arts have a way of finding that quiet corner in our mind, reaching that place that sometimes words just can't quite touch, and offering peace. And so it's our honor to support the artists that usher that peace for our patients. And we're very, very grateful to be a part of this and to be honored with this recognition. And we'll continue to do so as long as you'll have us.
Our next award goes to is the Artist of the Year award. And we give this award to someone that has really thrown themselves all into our programming and has just leached, just gotten every single ounce that they could out of what we have to offer. And we love it so much. And this year's Artist of the Year goes to Alexa Jett. She is a young adult survivor. I believe is she in Chicago? Yeah. So we had a period where we were supporting patients and staff at Northwestern University during the pandemic, and that's how she found us. And she has met with Hannah, one of our visual artists, every week for 2 sessions for the last year. Yes. And she has developed skills, and she has created prolific amount of visual art. And anyway, I won't tell her. I'll let her tell you the impact that's made on her.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to say thank you so much for giving me this award. I really appreciate my art being recognized. Of course, I want to thank the person who none of this would be possible without, and that is Hannah Garrison, my artist. I look forward to our time together every single week, and she has been such an incredible blessing on my life, such like the Hearts Need Art program. I want to thank everybody, the whole Hearts Need Art staff and team. What you do is invaluable for patients just like myself. And I want to thank anyone who has donated, past, present, or future, who keeps this amazing program running. In this season of gratitude, Hearts Need Art is definitely on my blessings list. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you so much, Alexa. Here's your award. We'll be sending that to you as well. One of our core values is expressing love and connection. And we get to do that for a short period of time with patients and caregivers that we work with. But there are some very special people that often get overlooked in the healthcare system when you're dealing with serious illness. And those are the people who love those patients the most. And those are their family members and their significant others, their family caregivers. And unfortunately, many of our patients on the oncology unit don't survive their cancers. And it is horrific to sit and watch someone you love so much go through that. And many people would run away from that pain. But the man that we're honoring tonight leaned in every step of the way. And even after his wife Julia passed, he reached out to us in the middle of his grief saying, how can I help? How can I help spread this love to more people? So tonight we're honoring Jeremiah Flores as our Caregiver of the Year.
I have to read it because I think it's easier for me to do it. So, thank you for this award and it's a humbling thing. I'm truly honored to be here tonight. Hearts Need Art is an organization I hold close to my heart. The artists, musicians, and volunteers with Hearts Need Art are angels. I will forever be grateful for everything they've done for my wife, Julia, and I. We were high school sweethearts, and I appreciate every moment of the 23 years the good Lord allowed me to spend by her side. He also blessed us with 4 children, Stanley, Madeline, she's here, my oldest daughter, Evangeline, and Elena. Julia was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia on July 16th, 2018. She passed away March 10th, 2019. Today marks 997 days since the most beautiful soul I've ever known was called home. Hearts Need Art was always there for Julia and for everyone else that was admitted to that floor. 8 South is a place where I was first introduced to Hearts Need Art. All of the people involved did much for the patients. One day it may have been the art class, the next bedside music, or even ukulele lessons that she took. She loved them. This generous organization did so much for everyone. And one thing you could always count on was that Hearts Need Art, that were there. I was pursuing a degree when Julia was first diagnosed with ALL. She didn't allow me to quit school. She said, you continue life as if I weren't sick. So don't quit now. You were doing this for our family and we'll get through it. And she was always positive, always positive. Julia was an amazingly selfless woman. So with her encouragement and perseverance as an example, I continued my education and completed my first degree. I'm now 7 classes away from my second degree. Balancing work, college time, kids, and hospital stays were overwhelming, but knowing Hearts Need Art was there for her, it was very comforting. She loved it. I tried to be there as every moment as possible, but it was Julia that reassured me that if I couldn't make it to the hospital, it was okay. She always praised Hearts Need Art for always engaging with her and other patients throughout the day. It was perfect because Julia was so artsy and crafty. She absolutely loved Hearts Need Art, and so do I. Julia's legacy will live on, and with his promise of everlasting life, because we believe he died for our sins, I will see her again one day. Julia may not be here, but she's alive. How amazing is that? I will continue to assist Hearts Need Art in every way possible so that they can continue to touch many more lives. To Stanzi and the entire Hearts Need Art crew, thank you for everything you've done. God bless you, and I love you all. So.
It's the Richard Wilmore Show.